Hello everyone, now I'm here with my next video of inheritance. In this I want to consider about multiple inheritance and basic topic. What I have taken for this video is interface. Firstly, I want to revise you that what is interface. I told you earlier also it a basic principle of OOPS concept. In inheritance, properties of one class is linked and share with the another class. Basically, it is a concept of reusability. A class which is inherited, that class is known as base class, or we can say it is a super class, or the class which inherit the properties of a base class, that class is derived class, or we can say it is a subclass or a target. Example of parent. Parent qualities inherited by kids, and our parents inherit the qualities of our grandparents. That concept is applied in OOPS also. When we use a predefined class and we inherit the qualities of that class into us, and we can extend our class by having a properties of us as well as the other class, then it is inheritance. And the parent class is known as base class and the child class is known as derived class. Now, the concept of super keyword. I told you earlier also about super keyword in my previous video, but again for revision purpose, a super keyword in Java is a reference variable which is used to refer an immediate parent class object. Means whatever immediate parent we are using, that super keyword is going to follow the reference of that class. The super keyword refers to a super class parent, that is parent, and it is used to call superclass methods and to access the superclass constructors. And superclass and the subclass have same functions with parameters to remove confusion between superclass and subclass. We can use super keyword to visit three things of immediate parent. Number one, variables we can use. Number two, we can use constructors and we can use functions. When we have same names, we can use these super keyword to differentiate between both of them. And the common thing is the name. The base class name and the derived class name was same. Then to remove the conflict between the parent variable or a child variable, we can use super. For calling constructor from derived class of base class, we use super. And when we have same name of both the functions of superclass as well as subclass, then we use superkeyword. Now see multiple inheritance. In this, we have to consider first multiple inheritance because the topic of this video is interface, and interface comes because of multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance, when one derived class inherit properties of more than one base class, then it is said to be multiple inheritance. See how? This is a base class and it is inherited by subclass. But another one more base class is inherited by subclass, another one more base class inherited by subclass, and so on. A derived class can inherit more than one base class, then it is said to be multiple inheritance. Now, how we are going to have a multiple inheritance in Java? Actually, multiple inheritance by extends keyword is not possible because extends keyword always inherit only one base class at a time. Then we have a concept of interface with us because interface allow us to inherit more than one interface at a time. That's why we have a concept of interface. Interface also have data and method like a class also. And see, a derived class implements base. Base is interface. A derived class implements base. Implements is a keyword which is used in place of extends. We are using implements to inherit a interface. We are using implements. We can have any number of base class in one derived class, any number of. We have to just put here comma and we have to write different interface name. We can inherit more than one interface in one class to apply multiple inheritance by keyword implements. Now see interface. Java doesn't allow multiple inheritance by using extends keywords. That's why we are having interface with us. Interface allow us multiple inheritance to be applied in Java. An interface in Java is a blueprint of a class. Like a class, it is just like a class. It is a blueprint of a class. And it also contain data and function, but data should be static and constant. In method should be abstract. Abstract means a method should be incomplete. Should contain only prototype without any functions body. You have only prototype of that function in interface. And now interface contain method with empty body, that is no statement within the opening and closing curly braces. That's why it is called abstract method. Incomplete methods were known as abstract method. The method prototype without body, that is abstract method. Or we can say prototype, after prototype we are having semicolon, that is also abstract method. If I'm writing void sum function bracket open close, it is abstract method. If I'm writing void sum function bracket open close semicolon, it is also an abstract method. Now interface contain data member as static and final, that is literal. In interface we have literals, not variables. We are having literals, static and final. On implementation of interface, you must override all the methods. Whatever written, you have to implement those methods. When you inherit it, means if you are inheriting a base interface containing a function sum, when you inherit it, you have to complete this function. Means when you are creating a derived class, in that class you have to complete this function. Void sum, you have to place some line over here to complete these function. And it cannot be instantiated just like abstract class. Abstract class contain abstract function, that's why it is, we are not supposed to create object of that class. That's why the same thing happen here also. We cannot instantiate interface. We cannot create object of interface. An interface is declared by using interface keyword. To inherit interface keyword, implements is used by derived class. Now moving further, see, interface methods are by default abstract and public. If you are writing, it's okay. If you are not writing, they are by default abstract and public. And when you are creating variables of interface, by default this is public, static and final. If you are writing, it's okay. If you are not writing, already it is converted into public, static, and final. An interface cannot contain a constructor. It just contains variables and functions, as it cannot be used to create objects. When we create objects, then that time we are calling a constructor, and we are not supposed to create object of interface. That's why we are not having constructor with us. A class that implements interface must implement all the methods in interface. I told you the same thing earlier also. Syntax. Interface name you have to write. In curly braces you have to mention data and function. Declare data as constant, means literal, and create a function that is abstract, means incomplete function you have to create. And if you are writing interface, for example, interface name is printable, and in curly braces we are writing int min equals to 5, in void print function bracket open close semicolon. If you are writing in this way, the compiler automatically converts whatever you had written into a literal. The data already converted into literal, and function already converted into abstract methods. Means abstract keyword is already placed there, and static and final are already placed there. Compiler is going to convert it into abstract function. And now see, again few things you have to remember. Number one, when you are dealing with extends, means extends keyword, when used with class, it inherit only one class at a time. See, in this way, when we have class, base class, and when we have derived class inherit base class by using extends keyword. Number two, when we are using implements, when we are using implements, when we are dealing with interface, implements keyword, when used with a class, it inherit more than one interface at a time. How? We have interface, we have class, and when we inherit interface in a class, we have a dotted line over there. We can inherit any number of interfaces by using implements. And the third point, see, extends keyword, when used with interface, it inherit more than one interface at a time. Means we can inherit interface in another interface by using extends keyword. Any number of interfaces we can inherit by using extends keyword by putting comma. Extends keyword have drawback when we are dealing it with class. Drawback that extends keyword only inherit one class at a time. But when we deal with interface, extends keyword inherit more than one interface at a time in an interface. See, in this way, if I'm having interface 1, interface 2, interface 3, in this way, I can inherit them in interface by using extends keyword. Extends keyword inherit interface number 1, comma, interface number 2, comma, interface number 3. We can inherit in this way, but it is not possible with class. That's why we have interface concept, and it allow with the help of implements keyword. You have to remember this. And now moving further with few points of interface. When we inherit a class and interface in one class, then what happens? Then you have to keep in mind one syntax, what I am providing to you right now. When you are inheriting a class as well as interface, then you have to use extends keyword first, then implements keyword. Otherwise, you are facing some sort of errors. Class, derived class name, extends, base class name, then implements keyword, and then you are supposed to write interface 1 in comma interface 2, any number of interface you can write with the help of comma, and then body of a class you have to write. But you have to keep in mind, if you write implements first and then extends, then you have to face syntax errors. And now we have a question with us which is already provided by ISC board. I am providing you sample so that you can identify which sort of question is coming in ISC board and how you are supposed to deal with it. An interface shape is defined with the method area. This is a question for you all of 5 marks. Means section C, first question of section C is inheritance, and we can have a question of interface also in inheritance. That's why I'm providing you this video so that you can able to understand this sort of concept is also there. An interface shape is defined with a method area which return the area of implementing shape. Create the class circle and rectangle which implement interface shape. Means we have to inherit shape interface in class circle and rectangle. Means hierarchical inheritance is happening here. And see, these class have attributes which reflects their dimensions, radius of circle, height and width of rectangle, which are set by the constructor. Means length and breadth is going to be set and the radius is going to be set. We have interface name shape contain a function which is abstract, and class name we are having circle, data member is radius. We have parameterized constructor which contain value of radius, and we have double area function name which is a function of interface. We have to implement the function of interface here by providing body to a function. We are overriding it, we are implementing it in derived class. Derived class is circle which inherit interface, and we have to implement the function of interface in a class. Then we have a rectangle class, variables for length and breadth, and we have a constructor which provides the length and value of length and breadth, and again we are having a function of interface, and we have to implement function of interface here by providing the body to a function. And we have to assume that shape is already created, and using the concept of inheritance we have to create a class and rectangle class, circle class as well as rectangle class. In this we have to provide the constructors and the double area respectively. The interface, main function and algorithm need not to be written. In this way you have a question of inheritance in your paper of 5 marks. And now I'm going to show you all how you are supposed to write this program, but I am going to show you interface also so that you can identify how interface is going to be created. But in paper you are not supposed to write interface, but still I'm showing you. See, interface shape with the function double area, function bracket open close semicolon. I'm writing it just in manner, or you can write public abstract double area. And then we have a class that is circle. Circle implements shape, means we are inheriting shape class in circle, and we have a data member radius parameterized constructor which store r into radius, and then we have a function double area. Here we are implementing area function. We are by providing a body to a function. We have to do that. We have to provide body to a abstract method of interface when we are inheriting it. That's why a body is provided in this derived class. By returning the value of area of a circle pi r square. Now see, rectangle class inherit shape, that is interface, by implements keyword, have data members length and breadth, and rectangle is a constructor which is going to store the value of length and breadth. And again we are implementing a function that is double area by returning it back length into breadth, means area of rectangle. Now how it looks like: shape is the interface, area is a class, rectangle is class. Rectangle and shape, rectangle and circle both implements shape. That's why see the dotted line you are seeing in front of you. We are having a dotted line when we inherit an interface in a particular class. Now if you have any doubt, then do consult with me. This is sufficient material for interface so that you can have your paper, you can achieve good marks, and still you have any doubt, do consult with me. Otherwise, goodbye and good luck.